Web Podcast.
Hello and welcome to the Retro Web Podcast. I'm your host, Alex.
And I'm John.
And, of course, I'm going back to the old script. We are the Retro Web.
We are. What's up, buddy? How's it been?
Not bad. I was sad for the 2 weeks that we were unable to do the podcast.
Yeah, but we can't control the weather.
Yeah.
Because we got hit with some tornadoes in upstate New York.
Yeah, some crazy weather. And then last week was more my fault. But the week before that, yeah, we had crazy weather.
Yeah, it was nuts, man. About to be 32 years old. Never seen weather like this. Tornadoes and
yeah, I know, it's crazy.
It's been nuts. It's been a weird summer so far. It's either really hot or fucking Armageddon weather.
Yeah.
It's either really hot or it's a Ronald Emmerich movie.
I was gonna say like a Day After Tomorrow.
Yeah, definitely. It's a Ronald Emmerich.
Is it really Ronald Emmerich?
Yeah, he did Day After Tomorrow and 2012, Independence Day, Godzilla, the Matthew Broderick Shitty Godzilla movie, 10,000 BC, so his track record.
I didn't realize that was...
A little fun fact, he was supposed to do Transformers for Michael Bay, so just imagine how bad Transformers really would have been if he did it.
Yeah.
Sip of Jack. I've been drinking like a glass of Jack Daniels a day.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like Jack and Coke. I didn't have Coke, so I had to use Dr. Perky.
Oh, okay, yeah.
It's a knockoff of Dr. Pepper.
Yeah.
Not as good. I had cherry Pepsi. I found after I made my drink. I was very upset because the Dr. Jack Daniels and cherry Coke was what I drank abundance of at your wedding.
Yeah.
I had like 12 or 13 of them.
Well, you know.
Sorry.
It's all right. It was open bar.
Mm-hmm. It was good times.
Yeah.
That was a good wedding.
Yeah, I like to think so.
It was a fun time.
Yeah. It was. It definitely was. I think the one thing that I wish I did. Okay. I got to start. We're going to start with story time.
Oh, I love story time.
All right. So at my wedding, we had that delicious prime rib.
Mm-hmm.
You remember how good that was?
It was very good.
So the cook came out and asked me if I wanted to take home like a couple like chunks.
And you said no.
Prime rib. And I said yes.
Okay.
Okay. So I was excited about this prime rib. Like the rest of the night, I kept on thinking about, man, I can't wait to bring that prime rib home with me. Like, it was a good prime rib.
Yeah, it was.
And so, the end of the night comes. I kind of forgot about it. The chef was kind of out of sight, out of mind at this point. And the next morning, I remember, oh yeah, like they're supposed to have some prime rib set aside for me. So, I inquire about it, and I'm talking to the same person who offered to keep some of the prime rib aside for me. Okay. Right. And just guess as to what they said.
We didn't offer that. Close.
No, they didn't have it.
Oh.
It was like it just wasn't there.
Oh, that means after the wedding they ate it and then they're cleaning up.
Yeah.
That's what that means.
Yeah, that's what I think happened. Was that someone took it home and they forgot to cut off the slice or whatever for me.
Yep.
It was very upsetting. And to this day, I regret not asking them just to bring it out to me right then and there. Chances are I probably would have eaten it before it would have gotten to my hotel room. But, hey, whatever. Mm-hmm. I still had a good time. Actually, fun fact, my wife would not let me drink too much that night either.
Aw. The one thing I remember clearly, and it still makes me laugh when I close my eyes and visualize it, was a tall man. What's his name? A tall, skinny, lanky man dancing. And you know what I'm talking about. It couldn't have been more funny if it was scripted. It was just well comedic timed, but it was like not on purpose. Like he thought he was dancing really good.
Yeah,
you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know who you're talking about. I'm just happy that he seemed to be having a good time. Also, he did me a favor.
Oh, I know. It was a good.
Yeah.
It was just funny as fuck. He was doing that 1980s shout dance where you jump up and throw your arms up, shout. But it was like a slow song. It was just funny as fuck. I was like, wait, they're slow dancing. Why are you doing the shout dance right now?
I don't remember that. I don't really I remember, other parts of the night with a lot of different people.
Yeah.
Actually, there were a few people who embarrassed themselves a little bit.
Yeah.
That night, which is really kind of funny. I got a couple apology texts. Here and there.
Sorry, I was slam dancing during a slow song. Wasn't one of them.
No, I would, as I say, he did me a huge favor. If he set an apology for slam dancing during a slow song, I would have told him, "Don't worry about it. It was awesome."
Yeah,
it was best slam dancing during slow song I've ever seen.
Yeah, it was definitely funny. It was good times. You know what this week is, right?
What's this week?
That means next week our podcast is going to be jam full of information because it's officially like 24 hours, 48 hours away from Comic-Con.
Oh, yeah, Comic-Con.
Starts Thursday.
Yeah, I forgot about Comic-Con. I've been so distracted with all this stuff that's been going on with my life in general. Anyone who may have listened to the last episode of the Stro Show, I did that out of panic of I wanted to do something, but I didn't know what to do.
Right.
I know I talked about this on the podcast before. It's really hard to talk to yourself. Like, I only do the Stro Show for a half hour.
You got a lot more respect for those crazy people, don't you?
Yeah, it's yeah, it's funny because you hear like radio show hosts do it all the time. They'll sit there and talk to themselves for a while, but like our podcast where you and I go back and forth, it's so much easier. It's like I have so much fun doing the podcast. It's one of my favorite things to do.
Yeah.
Like this and the Stro Show, like I look forward to doing them. But when I end up doing the Stro Show by myself, and I only have 4 episodes, and half of them I have my wife co-host, and just sitting there for that last episode and talking to myself, I would feel like I was doing a pretty good job at points, and then I'll listen back on it, and I'm like, man, I sat there for a little too long, a little quiet. I was probably taking a drink right there because my mouth is getting dry because I'm so nervous.
After a while, it's gonna be natural.
Yeah.
It could be worse. It could have been 30 minutes of one-sided conversation where you're just like, yeah, that was funny. Wouldn't you think so? Yeah, I agree with you. Yep.
You know what I should do? I should start incorporating like fake background people. So like I'll be sitting here talking about and then
like, hey, Jimmy the sound guy.
Yeah, like hey, Jimmy the sound guy, what do you think about that? And then like I'll move away from the mic, kind of like this. Yeah, that was awesome, man.
That sounded so believable. That made my day.
I should start doing that.
You
really should. No, and that's all it is. It's just me moving away from the mic, putting my hand over my mouth to misdirect the sound a little bit and just yell as if I'm in another room.
That'll work. I'm on board for that. It'll make me giggle.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to figure out a way to incorporate that. I'm gonna have to come up with a good name for that character. You
definitely should.
Like
Jimmy the sound guy.
Yeah, Jimmy the sound guy. Hey, Jimmy.
Yeah, man, that was a good sound, man.
Maybe I'll make him like a drunk bastard.
Yeah, it's all good over here, man. What you mind over here, dude?
Sounds good to me. Okay, all right, thanks.
So the last podcast we did,
We talked a lot about Alan Thicke.
we fucking definitely did.
we did a lot of we talked a lot about Alan Thicke. What else did we talk about? We talked about a bunch of different things.
The director of 3 Minute a Baby.
Oh yeah, yep, Leonard Nimoy, because my mind exploded.
Yep, and one thing we did, I kind of want to pick up with. I challenged you with lyrics to theme songs to shows.
Oh yeah, and I was awesome. Like I guessed the first one before you even.
Yeah, calm down.
It was.
So I thought I'd get a little difficult. I told you to practice and start listening to some. I doubt you did.
Yeah, I haven't had the time. In fact, because it's been so long, I had forgotten about it.
Good. This is good. That means I'm gonna get you. So I got one in front of me that I'm gonna try to stump you with.
Okay.
Now I will say Johnny Mathis wrote and recorded this TV show opening theme song, and it is probably one of the best TV opening theme songs. All right, you ready?
Yep.
All right. I bet we've been together for 1,000,000 years, and I bet we'll be together for 1,000,000 more. Oh, it's like I started breathing on the night we kissed, and I can't remember what I ever did before. What would we do, baby, without us? What would we do, baby, without us? And there ain't nothing we can't love each other through. What would we do, baby, without us? Sha-la-la-la. Come on.
What? This is 80's era?
Yep. I'll give you a clue. Main character's name is the same as your name.
So it's Alex?
Yep. Sha-la-la-la.
Is it a cartoon?
Nope.
Okay.
I bet we've been together for 1,000,000 years. And I bet we'll be together for 1,000,000 more. Sha-la-la-la. Oh, I'm disappointed. I'm stumping you with this
Family
one.
Ties.
Yes! 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 Now that's a good theme song.
It took some time.
It did. It was the sha-la-la-la. That had to be the one that got it. The sha-la-la-la. Yeah, Johnny Mathis recorded that one. And it was a duet. Now I got one more for you.
Okay.
Maybe two. This one you should fucking get right off the bat.
Okay.
Okay. Especially
Is this cartoon?
live action.
Live action. Okay.
You're gonna get it the first line. Show me that smile again. Show me that smile. Don't waste another minute on your crying. We're nowhere near the end. Nowhere near. The best is ready to begin. As long as we got each other, we got the world spinning right in our hands. Baby, rain or shine, all the time, we got each other, sharing the laughter and love.
Sharing the laughter and...
Show me that smile, look, show me that smile. Don't waste another minute on your crying. We're nowhere near the end. The best is ready to begin. As long as we got each other. We got the world spinning right in our hand. Baby, rain or shine all the time. Come on.
Well, I can tell you this. I know Leonardo DiCaprio.
Yep, he's in it.
Let's see here. Kirk Cameron.
Yep.
Was also in this.
He was.
Let's see. Maybe someone that we were talking about in the last podcast was also in this.
Yes, it was. The Thick of Night.
Growing Pains.
Yes. But Thick does the intro, so you gotta be, show me that smile again. Show me that smile. All right, I got one more special one for you. This one's rather special.
Oh yeah, how special is rather special.
This is pretty sweet. I doubt you'll get it though because the theme song wasn't. What the hell? That was odd. It might be Google that's messing up. Because it just butt effed me in the butt. Alright. What the fuck was I looking up now? Okay. There we go. This one is a very popular show from the 80's, live action. But the theme song is not as popular as it was, but you'll get it. Alright. Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay, hold on, because Google just booted me out again. So apparently it is Google. It's not your computer.
Okay.
Because before the show, you want to give a little brief background on what happened with the show?
Yeah, sure.
Like the internet was messing up.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So I was trying to prepare for tonight's episode or this week's episode of the podcast.
Yep.
And I was having issues with Google, and it was driving me insane because I wanted to look up a couple things to, help me prep for this, having nothing to do with you. I have no idea about these songs ahead of time, so it's not staged.
Right.
The music songs, I was just prepping for some other stuff we're going to talk about in the podcast. And so Google, every time I did any sort of search on there, didn't like the fact that I was searching Google.
And he thought it was his computer and stuff, but now as I'm searching on my phone for the stuff, like, it literally was backing me out and crashing. But I have it. I have the last one.
Oh, while you are trying to get that to load up, I'm going to plug our YouTube channel.
Do it.
So I want to try doing this more at the beginning of each episode. But yeah, if you guys,
wanted it Tarantino on it?
Yeah.
Little Tarantino.
So we are trying to get more stuff up on our YouTube page. You guys should subscribe. If you're listening to the podcast and you're enjoying it, subscribe to the YouTube page because I upload the podcast on there. Of course, we have the normal iTunes feed and everything like that. So you can subscribe to the podcast right through YouTube. iTunes also. But if you go to youtube.com/theretroav, as soon as that page loads up, hit subscribe.
Because we have a lot coming, because I just wrote tons of videos that's coming up.
Yeah, and we're going to try getting more and more stuff up there. I have the Stro Show up there. Let me know what you think of it. It's just a half-hour-long radio show, as you may have heard from earlier on in this episode of our podcast. That I don't have an iTunes feed for yet. It's more one of those, I'm kind of seeing how it's going before I spend any extra money. But yeah, watch it on there. It's one of those things where it's fun to, I would think it's fun to listen to while you're doing other things. You don't have to watch anything. You just put her up on your computer and hit play or on your iPhone or anywhere, because YouTube is mobile everywhere. And, just listen to it. If things go well with it, I'm going to start getting an actual podcast feed going on.
Yeah, baby.
If you want to subscribe to the podcast, go to iTunes, search the Retro Av. It should be the first option that comes up. I know the last couple times when I searched it, it does come up rather quickly. You can subscribe there. And again, youtube.com/theretroav.com and subscribe. We want to build our subscription base. Give us pointers. If you feel like, maybe you guys are, you could use a little work. Give us constructive criticism. Don't just say you suck.
And we will be setting up an email.
Actually, we do have an email.
We do.
Yes.
Yeah, we do.
Yes,
Wow.
It is the retroavenue at gmail.com.
That is right. If you like the Quizzing Alex game, maybe you have a game of your own you would like us to play.
Yeah, if there's any subject matter you guys want us to talk about, whether it be gaming, movies, TV, whatever, we like talking about stuff. You know, if there's something really like a topic you guys want us to talk about, we can talk about it. Same kind of thing with like the show. And I know, John, you were hoping to try to get a couple other audio shows going also.
Yes, I will. Wait, what? No. Yes, I am. We have a gaming / wrestling show coming up. With
that's
Tom
going to go
Jay.
to the YouTube page.
That's going to the YouTube page. Yep. And then Rants, Pants, and Zach, me and Zach Wallace, just stories.
I love the name of that. Sorry.
And when you meet Zach, people, you will understand why it's called Rants, Pants, and Zach. Just goofy cousins telling stories of family and me trying to make him laugh because his laugh is the funniest laugh in the world.
Yeah.
He gets going.
Yeah, this guy, he is Lou Ferrigno.
Once he starts laughing, he shakes. He's like a tuning fork. And he starts jiggling and he'll fall. And my goal of the show, every episode, is to make him do that. He'll literally slide out of a chair and just laugh, and you'll hear like the wall start going, and then the foundation will start going. It's just this tuning fork of a man that laughs.
Like he matches like the frequency.
Yeah, he finds the frequency of the building, and he brings it down. That's my goal of every episode of the show, is to make him laugh with a rant. And we'll tell stories. It's going to be fun.
Yeah, and once you guys get that going, see, I'm excited to listen to that one myself. Zach's rants are hysterical. One of the first rants I've ever heard Zach do. What did we do? Oh, I remember what we did that really pissed him off.
Was it the Mickey Mouse ears?
No. Remember when we were taking the original pictures for Tact?
Oh my God. Yes. At the mall?
Yeah.
Oh, I remember that. Then when we got him, snuck up behind him, made it look like he was getting done in the butt.
Yeah.
Is that the picture you're talking about? Yeah. We made it look this 6'6", 300-pound man was vulnerable to a little guy.
It was. Oh, his rant was like the funniest thing. He was so mad, but we couldn't stop laughing because he everything he said was comedic gold.
It was, and you weren't there for the funniest one. Is when I don't want to give it away because it's probably gonna be one of the first stories you talk about. It involves him, 3 chili cheese dogs, explosive bathroom scene, and a girl walking in on him without knocking.
I remember hearing that story.
And his rant afterwards about, I don't know about where you come from, but where we come from, the first thing you do is knock. She literally opened the door and he was sitting there dropping it off after eating chili cheese dogs. That's going to be the first episode. Hopefully I can get into it with them. So those two are coming, and we'll see what else. Plus the videos that are all written on. Like, I'm held up right now waiting for a microphone port. This little fucking $8 thing to plug into the camera so the microphone will fit. It's ridiculous. That's holding me up right now. But it's ordered. It wasn't Prime, so it's not 2-day shipping. So we'll see when it comes. But the episodes are written, and the first 5 reviews and a retro reflection is written. And I will tell you, probably the first review going up is not even gonna tell you.
Yeah, well, if you guys subscribe to the YouTube page, you'll see it as soon as it goes up. Or I should say, and if you follow both John and myself on Twitter, you will see as soon as we have it up, because we will be posting about it constantly.
Yes, we will. Yeah, we're gonna be horribly blogging.
Yeah. Yeah, so you could follow John at
John Davern.
Or
John Davern. Yep.
And you can follow me at Alexstronic. ALEXSTRON as in Nancy, ACH.
Nancy boy. And that's John Davern, JOHNDAVERN.
As in Nancy.
That's right. All right, so I have the last one.
Okay, all right, I'm ready.
And this is the one I really wish I had a sassy black girl singing voice. Because even reading it does no justice. It's such a classic one, and it doesn't get as much love as other ones, but it's so good. All right, are you ready?
Is it like Family Matters or something?
Punch you in the cock. Oh, my God, I was sitting here reading it over and over again, so I memorized it, and I can try to do it justice. And then, this is Family Matters. It's a rare condition of this day and age to read any good news on the newspaper page. No, I'm going to find another one because you're a little fucking smartass. You think you're cool.
I'm sorry. You gave me the clue. It was deductive reasoning.
It could have been Sister or Moesha. It didn't.
Well, actually, I think it's actually a dude that sings that.
Yeah, it is.
Not
No,
like
it's the mother.
Is it? Oh, maybe.
Oh, I'm definitely not going to do this one. As soon as I say the first word, you're going to know what it is. Now, this is a story all about how my life got flipped, turned upside down. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd like to take a minute
Prince.
just to sit right there. I'll tell you how I became the prince of a town called Bel Air. Yeah, I'm not going to do that one. Because you blew it. I had a good one.
I actually created a Mario rap to that
Yes, you did.
theme. I really wanted to shoot that. I'm not going to sing it right now because I don't remember all the lyrics I wrote down.
Yeah, it was funny, though.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to have to go with this one that you probably don't know.
All right, let's see.
Where the hell? Okay. No, I'm not singing that one. Because I don't even know it. All right, fuck it. Let's have fun. You ready?
Okay.
If you don't know this one, I'm going to punch you in the dickle. All right. Here we go. Ready for probably the easiest one?
Okay.
Whatever happened to predictability? The milkman, the paper boy,
Even MTV. That's Full House.
Yes, it is. Because you took Family Man. You took my sassy black girl moment. And I don't approve of it.
Bob Saget.
Yeah, it's good. Well, since we're on these, old vintage stuff, you want to hop into the first top 10 of the night?
Yeah.
Top 10 movies from our childhood?
Okay.
Now, my top 10, there's the obvious, but there's a couple you're like, what?
Okay.
So you want to go first with your 10?
I almost want you to I have a top 10 list ready, and I'm gonna say my disclaimer right now. My top 10 list constantly changes, so I will deem it fair for at some later point we do another top 10 and I switch out one or two of these for some other flicks. It's just gonna happen. That's my disclaimer. It's going to happen. I'm going to end up switching these out with other ones too. So it's hard for me to choose an honest,
Right. Mine are movies that I watched a whole bunch of times as a kid, and I could watch it many times as a kid. The first one, number 10, you probably are not going to know. This is like straight to VHS in like 80s. It stars Peter Billingsley, formerly known as Ralphie from Christmas Story.
Mm-hmm.
The name of the film, my number 10, is The Dirt Bike Kid.
The Dirt Bike Kid, huh?
The Dirt Bike Kid.
That is one I have.
It is pretty much Jack and the Beanstalk with a motocross bike. Like kids, if I remember correctly, the mom gives the kid money to go get food or something like that, and he comes back with a magical supercharged dirt bike. It's Herbie the Love Bug,
but with the
motorcycle.
Dirt bike.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm looking at it right now on IMDb.
Yeah.
And
how right was I?
It looks. I don't know if I've seen it. Like I recognize the cover.
Right.
But I may have almost rented it a few times growing up, because you remember the days when we used to be able to rent videos.
Yeah, when you'd go in and you'd look at the box and be like, that looks interesting, and you rent it.
Yeah. My dad used to take us all the time to.
That's something I miss, and I'm sad that this generation doesn't get a chance to go to movie theaters.
Yeah, and
to rent movies, the video stores.
It officially died with Blockbuster closing now.
Yep, it's officially over.
Like, I think they still have some sort of like online thing they're going to try doing.
It's pointless with Netflix.
Kind of like Netflix, yeah.
Yeah, it's pointless. It's sad that kids will never know what it was like to walk into a mom and pop video store and rent a movie. Like, it was so much better than just sitting down, because guess what? Netflix doesn't have as much movies as a video store.
Yeah, it's well, yes and no. It's like a video store will usually have a lot of the newer stuff you can see, where like Netflix, you're usually getting something that's been sitting around for a short, at least 30 days.
Yeah.
After it's been released.
Yeah, but it's just, we're talking about the streaming stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just sad that it's a dead form now.
Yeah, it is sad. It's definitely sad.
All right, I believe it's your number 10.
Okay. See, I didn't put my list in any real order.
That's fine.
Okay. So, wow. I'm looking at my list and I already want to switch stuff out. So for my, all right, my number 10, I am. All right, so my top 10 list isn't a normal like favorite kids movies, for top 10.
Right.
Because I somehow saw movies I probably shouldn't have seen.
Yeah, I got a couple there on there like that.
But all right, so number 10,
Caligula. It was like a famous, actual, real movie, but it was porn. Because you were like seeing movies I shouldn't have seen. Nah, never mind. It was a failed joke. I'm sorry. Continue.
It was very fitting.
Okay.
But no, that was not on the list. All right, so I actually have to number these. Okay, so man, I hate you. Why don't you go to number 9 and let me figure this out.
A movie I saw 3 times in the movie theaters when I was like 10 years old. No, I was like 12. No, 10. Let's say 10. Maybe younger. I don't know. Fucking don't even know what year it came out. Oliver and Company.
Oh, that's a good one.
The Disney animated cat and dog version of Oliver Twist. Fucking love that movie. I saw that. I made my gram take me like 3 times to see it. That's how old I was. Oliver. Oh, Liver. Okay. Oliver. Thank you. And Company. I don't remember what year it came out. Oh, 88. So I was 6. I was way off. I saw that movie a lot when I was a kid in theaters. Because like back in the day, it wasn't like, oh, here's the movie in theaters. 6 months old later, you have it on. This shit didn't work like that. To buy VHS back in the day, it was like fucking a couple $100. You could just go into a store and buy it.
Yeah.
And movies were in theaters for like a year. All right, it is your turn.
All right, so number 10. I reserve the right to change the order of these at any time I should feel needed.
That's fine.
But I'm going to say the Karate Kid.
You know what's sad? That's not even on my list.
Oh, yeah, see, that was my issue. It's like, I actually switched out another flick with that one.
I love that movie as a teen.
Yeah.
As a kid, I liked it. I've seen it a bunch.
All
but
right. So
go ahead.
With like the Karate Kid, I was into like karate and like kung fu type movies, and with that, I watched a lot of Three Ninjas.
Yes.
Which is not on this top 10 list.
It's not on mine either. It's weird.
But I watched a lot of Three Ninjas, and I also watched a lot of Chuck Norris flicks.
I watched a lot of Surf Ninjas too.
Oh yeah, Surf Ninjas. That's not on my list. That should be on my list.
We got to do like another. this list. Dudes. Kwanzaa. What if money can't buy knives?
Yeah.
I'd cut them, but I don't have a knife.
Yeah. Because money can't buy knives.
This list will continue in another episode.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Like,
All right.
no, because money can't buy knives. Not even money can buy. A treasure that not even money can buy. What?
Knives.
Knives.
Money can't buy knives? All right.
I honestly, I think that is what's his name's best film?
Snyder?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rob Snyder's best film.
He's so good in it.
Any other movie, like yeah, he's funny in other movies. That's his best film. That's my opinion. He probably disagrees wholeheartedly, but honestly, like in my opinion, I can't think of a film where I think he's better in.
Nope. I'm with you on that. I gotta agree. And I'm a Snyder fan because of Sandler and stuff.
Yeah, like I like a lot of the stuff he's in, and it's probably his best stuff is where he's a supporting character.
Yeah,
I think that's the best film he's ever been in.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. That and Benchwarmers.
I don't think I saw Benchwarmers.
Oh, you got Netflix?
Yes, I do.
It's on Netflix. Watch it. That is one of the funniest, dude.
That has a Napoleon Dynamite kid.
Yeah,
also, right?
like people knock on that movie and shit and give it shit, but that movie is, it's got so much little innocent jokes and heart in it. I love that movie to death.
Yeah.
I love Benchwarmers. Fuck you guys if you don't like Benchwarmers. That movie is sweet and innocent. I love that movie to death. There's so many one-liners in it. It might have more one-liners in that than Tommy Boy.
Yeah.
All right, my number 8 is probably going to make you laugh.
Oh, well, I didn't give you my number 9 yet.
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
All right. So I'm going to say Gremlins.
Oh.
Yeah. And that movie kind of freaked me out as a kid, but
it freaked us all out.
Yeah. But it was good, and I still wanted to go back for more.
Yeah, that movie is why we have a PG-13.
Yeah.
Because they wanted to give it R, and Spielberg was like, it's not an R movie, and well, we can't give it PG, so they came up with PG-13.
Yeah.
That's a classic. There was talks of a reboot, but it got killed so good.
Yeah.
But it'd be all CG and shit. Fuck that. Leave it alone.
Yeah. I prefer the puppets.
Yeah. All right, my number 8 will make you laugh, but I don't care. I watched this movie so many times as a kid. And I watched it within the last, month, too, because I came home and it was on, and I was like, I'm watching this shit.
Oh, before you tell your number 8, I wanted to go further into the Kung Fu and Chuck Norris thing.
Oh, please do.
Okay. So during that phase when I was watching just karate, Kung Fu flicks, and of course because Chuck Norris has a lot of movies that involve that, I watched a movie called Sidekicks.
Love Sidekicks.
I watched it more times than I should even admit.
I have seen Sidekicks so many times because I was like, why can't Chuck Norris come to my aid?
Yeah, I know. And it's like growing up, right, I had asthma as a kid.
Mm-hmm.
I started taking karate. Like, I was like, oh, man, like, this is my life. Like, Chuck Norris needs to,
intervene
be
here.
Yeah, he has to be my best friend. It is.
He has to be my best friend.
This movie tells me that this is how it should be. Why isn't Chuck Norris here?
Sidekicks. Yeah, it's such a good movie.
Yeah. But, not many people know about it. It's it's Chuck Norris, and the main character is...
dead now. I don't know his name, though.
I gotta look it up.
I was so mean right there. No, he passed away, I believe he killed himself. Jonathan something, wasn't it? Jonathan, he was on, Ocean Quest or Sea Quest.
Yeah, he is on Sea Quest. Jonathan Brandis.
Yeah, he passed away in 2003. Sequest, yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, that picture of him looks a little scary on IMDb.
Yeah, I see that.
But yeah, I enjoyed that movie more than I ever should have.
I dug that movie. I love that movie because it was fun. It was about a kid who used his imagination. Joe Piscopo is a bad guy. You kidding me?
Yeah.
What was it? A pink taffy factory and
yeah,
that hot Asian chick that he's obsessed with.
But that was.
He was in Ladybugs too. Jonathan Brandis.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Yep. Dangerfield's movie.
Yeah.
He was a tranny.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. I remember.
All right. Number 8 for me.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Sorry for interrupting.
No, it's fine. I'm ready for the jokes. La Bamba.
You know what? I'm okay with that.
Oh,
I'm gonna let that one slide.
You know why I love that movie so much?
Why?
For one part, Richie. I love La Bamba. It is a good fucking movie.
When I was a kid, my favorite song was La Bamba.
Yep.
Like I'm talking like I was like 4 years old, and I would be singing that.
I love that movie.
Everyone probably thought I was like a little Hispanic child.
Now I get the Mexican jokes when they're older. I get it now.
No, like seriously, when I was a kid,
pick it up in the stores today. Arriba.
When I was a kid, I would be singing that song all the time. I remember going to my grandmother's house, old little Italian lady. And I'm like, bamba, just singing it like this little kid. And I don't know why I like that song so much.
Because it was catchy as shit.
Yeah.
You had fun with it.
Yeah.
You're number 8, sir.
My number 8. All right, I told you that I did watch a lot of movies at a younger age than I probably should have. And Die Hard.
Oh, wow.
Was one of them.
Wow.
That was. I just really enjoyed watching it. And it's hard for me. I've always said it. Like, it's hard for me to really, choose movies to be in my top 10 because I love so many of them, and they all have their own parts to them that you gotta love. And Die Hard, like, that was like, you saw that movie and it exploded with manly awesomeness.
It did. When I was a kid, I the only movie I couldn't watch when I was a kid, when I was younger, was Lethal Weapon, because I was like 9 when they let me watch it.
You want to know how the first time I saw Lethal Weapon? I believe we had like HBO or something, and my parents went to bed early or something, and Lethal Weapon was on. I'm pretty sure it was like HBO, one of those like, pay channels back in the day.
Right.
Pay movie channels, I should say, or whatever. And we happened to have it at the time, and that's how I saw Lethal Weapon.
All right.
It was one of the, it was like I was up late, and Lethal Weapon was on, and I was like, I wanted to see this. Like, I had to sneak it.
Right. I couldn't watch it for a reason.
Why?
They let me watch it, but then, like, I would react scenes. I couldn't watch 2 later on in life, too. I'll explain that one in a minute. There's a scene that I recreated with a toy gun where I thought I was, like, Riggs, and I put the gun in my mouth like he did, doing that scene at, like, 9 years old. And my mom was like, okay, give me the gun and turn off Lethal Weapon and go watch Turtles or something. Stop fucking recreating every scene you see in the movie. And then when 2 came out, I reacted to the scene where Riggs, like, jams his shoulder against the wall. And I would just walk around the house, go, Ma, it's broken. I would just hit my arm against the wall. And she was like, no more Lethal Weapon. What is it with you and fucking Lethal Weapon? So I
imagine your mom, like, calling up, like a doctor. Like, no, I'm telling you, my kid, like, he watches Lethal Weapon.
He puts guns in his mouth, bangs his shoulder, walks around and talks about he's too old for the shit. He's fucking 9. He's 9. He's not too old for the shit.
It's like, should I get him like a helmet? Should he be riding the blue bus? Is there a prescription for this?
Yep. That's why I couldn't watch those movies. My 7? Is it my 7?
Yes.
It is Gremlins.
Gremlins. Awesome.
I watched that movie a lot as a child. We already covered that, so you're 7.
All right. 7. Well, I'm realizing I have a movie on this list that really, I didn't see it in my childhood. So I'm going to skip that one and move on to the next one and figure out a new placeholder. So, number 7, I'm going to categorize 3 movies into one because they all have the same main character.
Okay.
I'm going to have to say Indiana Jones.
Ooh, that should be on my list. I watched Temple of Doom so many times when I was a kid.
I watched all of those like over and over and over again. I remember every time, like my dad had to buy a copy of the movies because I'd want to watch them so much. That's the only reason. I feel like I'm the only reason why my dad purchased movies, because I'd watch something so much. He was like, well, if I want to spend the money renting this, I might as well just spend it once on the VHS.
Yeah. Oh, man, that should be on my list, but it's not. Oh, it's a good one. That's a good one. Oh, I believe it's my 6.
Yes.
Transformers.
More than meets the eye.
Yeah.
You know what's funny? Like the 1986 movie you're talking about? That's my number 6 also.
Is it? Wow,
Yeah.
I seen that in theaters, man.
I didn't see it in theaters.
I seen it in theaters. I seen it at the Uptown Theater. Yep.
See, I wish I did. That was, I love that movie.
That's a good movie, man. It really does. All right.
I think Orson Welles.
Yeah, he played Ultron.
Yeah.
Ultron. Unicron.
Yeah.
Ultron. What the fuck am I thinking about? Unicron. Number 5. You ready for my twist?
Yeah.
Me and my sister watched this movie every Saturday night with my Uncle Joe. Critters.
Really?
I fucking loved Critters as a child.
I was freaked out by Critters.
Were you?
Yeah. Like I saw it once, and it freaked me out. Let me make sure I'm not confusing it with another flick. But
The little balls, they roll, they get bigger.
yeah, that was it. Yeah, it freaked me out.
Oh, we watched it every Saturday night. I loved that movie.
I saw it once, and you know what's funny? Not that long ago, I kind of wanted, I had an urge to kind of watch it again, but it's one of those I don't have.
Yeah.
Unless it's on Netflix or something, I don't have direct access to it.
They were. I believe. You know what? I think DiCaprio was in Critters 3.
Really? Wow.
I believe so. Let me check that out. I'm pretty sure he was in Critters 3.
Like, we're both checking this out right now.
Yep. Somebody was in it. Yeah, Leonardo DiCaprio. Critters 3,
Yeah.
yep. 1991, yep.
Wow.
Yeah. See, got to start somewhere. That is my number 5. What is your number 5, sir?
My number 5. E.T.
Ooh, that's on my list.
E.T.
I won't go into detail why it's on my list. When I get to what number it is on my list, I'll get into my story about it. But yes.
I loved E.T. And as I said, E.T. moves within the top 5 constantly.
Yeah.
It just depends on what I've been feeling
right
during that period of time there. But yeah, it's one of my favorite flicks of all time. I love E.T. Unfortunately, our nephew has watched E.T. so much where my wife doesn't like watching it so much anymore. So I am left wanting to watch E.T., but having to sneak it on my free time.
Oh, that's sad. My number 4. Like I said, I'll get into E.T. when I get to it on my list. Number 4, The Goonies.
Awesome. That's on my list.
Yes, it better be on your list.
Oh, it's always on my list.
It's a classic coming of age.
Oh yeah.
Kids movie. It's the shit.
Oh
You don't fuck with The Goonies. Probably one of the best kids movies ever.
It had Samwise Gamgee before he was a stupid fat hobbit.
Yep. It had Sean Astin before. Yeah, he was Samwise. What the fuck am I talking about?
Yeah, young Sean Astin. It has Josh Brolin, Corey.
You know what's cool? Both Mouth and Mikey are affiliated with Ninja Turtles now.
Yes.
Corey Feldman was Donatello in the live action first movie and third movie, and now Sean Astin is Raphael on the Nickelodeon show.
Yeah.
Isn't that weird?
Yeah, but you know what? It's like they've done a lot of work together in general,
Yeah.
Man, like, every time I feel like I need to add another flick to this list. We have to go like top 11.
Did you know that Feldman came back to Turtles for the new Nick show? He did the voice of Slash.
Yeah, I believe you told me that.
Yeah, he did a good job.
Hearing that.
So it was nice.
Yeah, it's now whenever I see him He was in an episode of Psych with vampires. It's actually a really entertaining episode, and seeing him in the episode, in this episode of Psych, for anyone who doesn't know what Psych is, it's that I think it's a TNT. It's a TNT.
USA.
No, USA. Yeah, it's a USA show. That it actually just ended their series not that long ago.
Yeah, this season was last. The whole season just passed.
Yeah, but there's an episode where the main character Sean and Gus, they like Sean, he pretends to be a psychic, which is why it's called Psych, and he works for the Santa Barbara Police Department. So they're trying to find someone who is leaving these dead bodies around that make it look like a vampire has been killing them, and so they find this like vampire bar. That's what they call it. And Corey Feldman is there. He's like the bartender there, and it's really funny because he tries to initially play that character of he's a vampire, and then they're like, dude, kind of cut the shit. Yeah. And he goes into normal person. He's like, oh, come on, man. Like, it's like, I got to play it up. I get bigger tips.
You know what? It made that so much better.
What, if he played Frog?
Yeah.
That's what all right, when I saw that he was a guest star in that, I was like, please bring him in as Frog.
If his name was Edgar Frog, I would have been so much better. That would have been awesome.
Yeah, like have him have him play the same character. Have him join him on hunting, vampire hunting. Like I imagine having, all kinds of like vampire stuff around on him. Like that's how I would have played off the episode. Have him just play the same character he was before, even if they switched it around to like Frog Edwards.
Right.
Oh,
that would have been nice.
like make it like a hardcore homage to the Lost Boys.
Yep. Well, in Turtles, he played Slash, which was a pet of Raphael's that got mutated into a gigantic turtle. So it was Raph and Slash, all this dialogue together.
It was a turtle that has a turtle as a pet.
No, it was...
Is that like slavery?
No, it was Mikey and Mouth.
Indentured servant?
No, it was Mikey and Mouth. Sean Astin did Raph, and he played... And Feldman played Slash. And there was a dialogue where they get into a little heated discussion, and Slash is talking, and Raphael goes, you got a mouth on you. And I was like, oh, that's awesome. Funny. It's such an homage.
Yeah.
I believe it is your turn.
Okay. So we're on number 4, right?
Yes.
All right. My top 4 was the toughest. Top 5, I should say, is the toughest to put in order. But I'm going to have to say Ghostbusters.
Oh, it's not on my list.
I love the Ghostbusters. It's like I watch the movies over and over and over again. I have the cartoons on DVD. Oh, the
re-release?
There's a re-release?
Yeah, it's the 30th anniversary. I think it's in September. It's going back in theaters for a weekend.
Are you serious?
Yeah. You're not aware of this?
Obviously not.
Go see it in theaters, dude. Me and wife want to go, so.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I'll let you know right now what day it comes out, because I already have it open, the app, so. Coming soon. Turtles. August.
Because I have to see that in theaters. Like, that's the thing I have to do. It is more of a need than a want.
It's Memorial Day weekend. I mean, Memorial Day. Labor Day weekend.
Labor Day weekend.
Yep.
Let's see. 700 locations in the U.S. and Canada. Limited engagement beginning August 29th. Just ahead of Labor Day weekend. On September 16th, Ghostbusters. Okay. So, August 29th.
Yep.
I must get this day off to see it. And I probably can't because it's... Oh, okay.
Did I just make and ruin your day at the same time?
Yeah. How many days? It doesn't.
Just the weekend.
Just that weekend. It's a need over.
It's a need.
It must be done.
Yes.
Or the world will end.
If you don't go, it's mass hysteria. Dogs and cats living together.
I love using that. Like whenever
So I use it constantly.
there's like a situation that I think I don't remember exactly. I've used this in a few situations where there's a situation that's portrayed as if it's worse than it really is.
Yeah.
And so I'll jump in with it's like let's say my wife will be talking about how bad something is. I'm like, oh yeah, it's horrible. It's cats and dogs living together, mass hysteria.
Yep.
And she loses it right then and there.
Yep.
Every time. And
automatically off the hook.
Yeah. and she has started using it herself, and I'm pretty proud of this.
That's awesome. Number 3. You ready?
Yes.
Monster Squad.
I knew Monster Squad was gonna be on your list. I was just waiting for it.
Yeah.
And that it wasn't on my original list, but that easily gets thrown in there at some point.
Right. It's Goonies with monsters. That's all it is. It's a fucking classic, and they are remaking it, which I'm happy and not happy about because it won't work because teenagers nowadays are bitches.
Oh yeah.
It's just not going to work. But if you've never seen Monster Squad and you're listening to this podcast, shame on you.
Yeah. It is
a fucking classic.
Awesome flick. But I wasn't introduced to it until meeting you.
Yeah.
You're the reason why I saw that. And that's part of the reason why I didn't put it on my list. But if I had to say any of my top 10 like 80s flicks list.
That's on there, yeah.
That's easily on there.
All right, you're number 3, young man.
Number 3. So at first I was going to put all 3 movies in this original trilogy. And then I thought, no, I can't do that because I need to do the one flick that really means some justice. And I have to say Empire Strikes Back.
Ooh.
I was going to say Star Wars in general, but A New Hope wasn't as good as
Empire.
Empire
is the movie.
Yeah, it's the best one of them all, period. That's it.
Yeah.
End of story. Drop the mic and walk away.
We've had this talk many times. Empire Strikes Back is the best Star Wars movie.
And so it's number 3 on my list today.
Yeah, today.
Yeah, today. That's I love that movie. I could watch it over and over and over again.
I know, me too.
One of my coworkers was telling me how on his birthday, I think it's his birthday, every year he has to watch that movie.
Oh, that's awesome.
At least once. And I can't blame him. It's a great flick. Empire Strikes Back. It's I think the best thing about it is that George Lucas
didn't do it.
He didn't direct it, and I think that's why it was as good as it was.
Yep.
Not to say I hate George Lucas, he just can't direct.
No.
A
New Hope was a fluke.
Yeah, well, yeah, and it still wasn't as good
as the other two.
Empire was it was the best one out of all of them, including
it really is.
It's funny though. Like a lot of people, they will, if they've never seen Star Wars before, and they see episodes 1 through 3 first, they say that they're the best 3.
It's because they're idiots.
It hurts every time I hear it. Like
I agree. It's people being stupid.
Well, it's because they've never been introduced to it before, like we have been. Like Star Wars, another trilogy that I felt like my dad got because of me. I was always saying that I want my own copy of Star Wars so I can watch it as many times as I want to.
Good.
And eventually my dad did get me my own copy on VHS.
Yeah.
I sound like probably a spoiled brat.
You do a little bit, but it's worth it though because everybody wants their own movie.
Yeah, it was awesome. Like I think that was my first VHS that my dad.
Yeah, I think it was mine too. The Star Wars movies, I think it might have been my first VHS list. Yeah. I'm with you on that. It was. Okay, buddy. Alex?
Yeah. I'm sorry.
It's fine. Are you ready for my number 2? I can give you days to guess that this was, and you won't guess what I picked for number 2. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Disney's. Not only is this top 2, but this is my favorite Disney movie, and of the animated movies. Even with Lion King and Aladdin, shit, this is my favorite Disney movie, and it's Robin Hood.
The Disney one.
Disney's Robin Hood.
I can't blame you for that. That's a good flick.
Fucking loved that movie. I still do.
I actually, when it got re-released, I picked it up.
So did I.
Yeah, I love that movie too. It's a great flick.
That is my favorite Disney movie. I love that movie to death. That is my number 2. It is your turn for number 2, sir.
All right, so this is another trilogy.
Oh.
But I decided just to go with just one of them because they're all good. Don't get me wrong. But I have to say Back to the Future.
Ooh. I wish that was on my list, but it's not.
Yeah, and I part of me wants to say all 3 of them because I love them all. But the first one is the one as a kid, I watched over and over and over again. Yeah, and I watched the other ones too, and I enjoyed them too. But for some reason, the first one really kind of like just grabbed a hold of me, you know?
Yeah.
You
know? My favorite one is 2.
Well, I can't blame you for that either, because that one's another great one.
Because it's such an original fucking movie. Because I mean, it's not original because it just goes back to 1. But the way they did it is just brilliant.
Yeah.
It's really just fucking smart sequel. That's what that is.
Yeah, it was. And
I never liked 3 until I got older. I have a new appreciation of 3.
Yeah, you know what's funny? Same here. It's like I enjoyed it as a kid, but I don't know if it was because it really completed the circle.
It really did. That is a nice bookend to that movie, that series.
Yeah, it great trilogy, and it's the only reason why I decided to go with one is because the first one was the one I watched over and over and over again as a kid. I was going to just say all 3 and just cop out, but I felt like I really needed to make a decision on that in general. And it's the other 2 get thrown into my top 10 list all the time anyway.
Right.
But yeah, it's I enjoy it so much. I got it on Blu-ray and I watched all 3 of them. Like,
yeah, that's when I fell in love with 3 is when I got it on Blu-ray and I watched them in order and I got the 3 and I was like, this is a good fucking movie.
Yeah, my wife got it for me for, I don't remember if it was a Christmas or a birthday.
Don't tell her you don't remember.
Well, she gets me awesome stuff for
I know
Christmas
she
and
does.
birthdays all the time. I've never been so excited about a birthday or Christmas in my entire life until like having her in my life.
That's awesome. It's awesome because she fills your nerd meter. And she does. She knows what you like.
Oh, she does. She's awesome.
Yeah. Are you ready for my number 1?
Yes.
I'm pretty sure everybody knows what it is because I said it was on my list and I haven't gotten to it yet, so there's only one left. Now, you know my story. I was born in 82. 9 months later, I got sick. I had a tracheotomy, and I had a tube in my throat for 7 years. I couldn't leave the house. The very next day, I got my trach out. After 7 years of being stuck in the house, my grandmother took me to the movies to see my first movie. And it has been my favorite movie of all time ever since. And it is E.T.
Awesome. It's a good choice. E.T. gets thrown into my number 1 spot also. And I honestly, that's the best story to go with the number 1.
That is my first movie I seen in theaters. I fucking loved it then. I loved it when I watched it recently on Blu-ray. E.T. is my favorite movie of all time.
Good choice. E.T. is awesome. It's great. I want to watch it now. I've been dying to watch it. I haven't watched it in so long.
I'm watching it tonight now.
I wish I had a copy of it to watch tonight.
Aw, you have to borrow my Blu-ray.
Yeah, I want to get it on Blu-ray.
You can borrow mine until you get it.
Okay. I will.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, buddy. What's your number one?
I'm gonna have to say everyone probably knows at this point because I talked about earlier on, The Goonies.
Yeah.
That movie I typically watch at least once a year. That movie is always in my top 10. Like you know how like certain ones I can switch out.
Yep.
Goonies is always in my top 10. The coming of age adventure story. You can't be done in the modern age anymore.
It can't.
It's too much technology.
Kids don't go on adventures anymore.
Yeah.
Like, they don't do anything at all in life.
Oh yeah. And it's easily always in my top 10. It may not always be number one, but like that, it always grasps like my imagination, the adventure concept, everything about it. I love the Goonies. And it will always be easily in my top 10, probably top 5.
I'm with you on that, big guy. Now, we come to the end of our list and the end of our podcast.
Yeah.
It is over.
Yeah.
This
is podcast.
went over.
Yeah. Was this episode 17? Is that what I said before?
17, big guy.
It was awesome. And it went by so quick.
It did. Next week, we'll do our next top 10. Top 10 animated shows from our childhood.
Yeah. And if you guys have any other stuff you guys want us to talk about, comment on the posts on YouTube. Send us an email. It's youtube.com/theretroav. Send us an email, theretroavenue@gmail.com. Tweet at us at John Davern and at Alex Jonick. And I feel like comment on on our website, theretroav.com. You know, because we'll always post up anything new right up on there anyway, any new videos and stuff like that. So just let us know.
Yeah, baby.
All right, so that's it for this week. Give us your top 10. Comment. We want to hear from you.
Yeah, we want to hear from you. Yes, we do want to hear from you.
Yeah, let us know what you think of the podcast. We enjoy doing it. We try to do it every week, but honestly, like we do it because we enjoy it.
That's right.
So that's it for this week, and I guess we'll hopefully catch you guys next week.
Yes, baby. Love you.
Peace out.